From BigHW.com, World Headquarters at Bishop Park, this is the Atari Report, 2600 edition with Ray Jackson.
Good evening, everybody. On this edition of the Atari Report, we begin a week-long tribute to a legendary 1979 rock-blasting sci-fi shoot-'em-up arcade classic. Ladies and gentlemen, Asteroids for the Atari 2600 video computer system. Yes, indeed. Just like I said, it's Asteroids Week here on the Atari Report, and we start with the original Asteroids for the Atari 2600 video computer system. This particular program came out in 1981 for the Atari 2600, and as you can tell, the graphics look a little bit clunky, but then again, it was 1981, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget about that. Of course, there are so many more things we can do now with Asteroids nowadays for the 2600. But yes, it was fun for its particular time. And in 1981, it sold a lot of Atari 2600 units back in the day when the unit was known as the Video Computer System, or VCS, as we better well know it as well. But yes, this system here, well, this game, it was meant for the 2600 pretty much. I mean, it's almost due after the smash hit the Space Invaders became for the 2600. And you know, this will be the sign of things to come for arcade classics for the 2600. And I gotta tell you, this was also the first ever game for the 2600 to utilize double bank switching. That's right, bank switching. In other words, you'd use 8K of power in a 4K cartridge, pretty much. And I really think it's a very well done game for the 2600, albeit the graphics are not really anything right home about, but they are colorful. But the gameplay, though, I do have a little issue with it because it's almost too easy in some cases. After all, the Asteroids only go straight up and down in a vertical motion here. I mean, basically, they only veer like a little bit here and there and things like that. They don't really veer off in the multiple different directions like they do in the other systems. But I gotta tell you, this game has always been fun, but you know, it's almost too easy to knock them off considering they are going up and down in a straight line pretty much. But I have a lot of fun playing this game every once in a while. Especially in difficulty switch B, where of course you don't have those annoying UFOs in there, those annoying saucers in there, like you do in difficult level A. But I gotta tell you, this is a well done game for 1981. Of course, it could be better by today's standards, but then again, it's nice. It's a classic, and it belongs in every 2600 system in there, even though there are great classics out there now like Space Rocks and a few others out there, but it's a well done game for 1981, and I gotta tell you, it's playable, it does everything you should be doing. Obviously the joystick response is good, especially since I'm using a Flashback 9 joystick with the 2600 hardware I happen to be using. But yeah, I gotta tell you, a lot of fun to play, and I gotta tell you, like I said, the graphics aren't really anything to write home about. I mean, I can't really give it 2 thumbs up at this particular stage for 2021 standards, but certainly for 1981 I would. Basically, it's up to you, of course, but this definitely belongs in every 2600 collection. And when you get a cartridge or get the ROM file, you can go to AtariH.com and click on the link down below and download the ROM for yourself for your Atari Flashback 9 or your Atari 2600 multi-cart, the Harmony Encore multi-cart like I am playing it on. And I think you'll discover well for yourself. Of course, if you want to get the classic cartridge itself, oh yeah, there are plenty of them available, plenty everywhere. I mean, I gotta tell you, look at your local second-hand store, thrift store, or even eBay for that matter. I gotta tell you, I mean, basically, this is a colorful game, and like I said, the graphics aren't anything to write home about, but hey, it is Asteroids, and it is 1981. It doesn't require much, you know, basically. Just stand in one position and rotate around here and there, and you'll be able to knock these things off left and right like crazy. Of course, there's a bonus ship every 5,000 points as opposed to every 10,000 points, which is why you see me accumulating bonus ships up the wazoo here at 5,000 points each. But it's well done. But as you can see here, I'm getting down to the nitty-gritty here almost, and there's that annoying UFO right there, but you may not be able to see it because my HD Capture Pro doesn't capture it the way that Asteroids should be displayed on its particular display, because of all the objects are moving around and things like that. But do pick this up for your 2600. Do pick it up. And if you don't have it already, and if you do, then do make it a regular in your gameplay and things like that. Every gaming room should have a 2600 at least, along with their more sophisticated systems. And I gotta tell you, I just love this game. I mean, I always have. It's almost like too easy, though. I have to complain about that. And really, you get tired of it every once in a while, but there are other challenging Asteroids games out there, like Space Rocks, that's also available. You can go to the Atari Age online store and pick that up. Of course, you can pick it up on cartridge. And of course, I reviewed it in Season 1 of the 2600 edition of the Atari Report. But, yes, this is the original. And for 1981, it was fun to play, great to play, still great to play. Even 40 plus years later, it's still great to play. And well done at that. Well, guys, what do you think? I gotta tell you, I love the 2600 version of Asteroids, but it's almost like too easy in some ways, in some regards. I mean, obviously the rocks don't veer off all over the place and things like that. They just basically go up and down in a straight motion and things like that, with a little bit of a veering here and there, a little bit there, to throw you off a little bit. But, this version of Asteroids, for 1981, this was the game that sold a lot of Atari 2600 units and put them in more homes than any other game for the 2600 at that particular time. 1981 was a big year for Atari. Of course, the VCS back then it was known as the 2600. Joined the VCR and a few other accessories in anybody's home entertainment center on their TV. And I gotta tell you, I highly recommend this game if you have a 2600. And don't forget to check out the other editions of the Atari Report as well. I'm continuing this tribute to Asteroids as my tribute to it. And I gotta tell you, it's a welcome sight to see it with Asteroids. One of the first games ever for the 2600 to feature dual bank switching, and it was well worth it. Well, that's game over for this edition of the Atari Report. So for all of us here at BigHW.com World Headquarters, I'm Ray Jackson wishing you good gaming and good night. And if you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to check out my other two YouTube channels, Big HW TV and the official Ray Jackson YouTube channel. You'll find those on the featured channels list at the bottom of this particular channel's homepage. Big HW TV, the Atari Report, and the official Ray Jackson YouTube channel. All proud parts of the Big HW network of websites.